Every good dog needs a girl or a boy, a cozy bed and a squeaky toy. Long walks with his best friend every day. Pal who laughs when I do my tricks, who tosses balls and throws me sticks. And just like me, always wants to play. Every good dog deserves a girl or boy. Every good dog needs a girl or boy. Yes, every good dog needs a girl or boy like you.
Na 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 na. That is wonderful. Thank you so much, Eric. Hello, everyone. Kathy here, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I would like to introduce you to Eric, a former civil engineer from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, who moved to Connecticut in his 30s to work in heavy civil engineering projects. 2 years ago, Eric retired from ECCO III Enterprises and settled down in North Carolina with his family to start a new life with milder weather, great food, golf, and country music. Good afternoon, Eric. Thank you for accepting to share a few moments with us today.
Oh, thank you, Kathy. It's my pleasure.
You lived in New England for more than 29 years and finally retired from your steady job. How is your new life as a retired man treating you so far?
So far, it's been great. Well, I'm playing music, and I do get a chance to golf once a week, but everything is wonderful. It's a beautiful day here today. It's 86 degrees, and it's still a great day.
You know, I'm a girl from the South, so I really envy you. I love talking about amazing weather. So, you were fully engaged right up to the end. So what made you decide to quit your job and move to North Carolina?
Well, I was on a project that was due to wrap up in December of 2018. And it was January of that year. I was planning on retiring after that project. And our neighborhood, the houses were selling in, roughly 10 to 14 months. So we thought we'd better start looking, and we had come down to North Carolina to visit friends who had a beach house down here, and we would rent a house nearby them, and we really liked this area. So we started looking around in late January, flew down just to look. Well, we ended up falling in love with the house that we were looking at, and we bought it. We arranged to put our house up for sale, and before the sign got up on the front lawn, the house sold. The house sold the very first day. The second people that came in to see the house bought it. And so, I had to wait a couple of days until we got signatures on a piece of paper. And then I had to go in and tell my boss, I said, I'm going to retire. And he said, yeah, I know, when the job's done. I said, no, you have 2 weeks. I got to move because I don't have any place to live. And so when you say I was fully engaged, I was fully engaged because I didn't know the rug was going to get pulled out from underneath me so quick to make the move. But I'm grateful that I did. I didn't have to go through all that angst that people normally do when they sell houses.
That must have been so scary and exciting at this very same time. I can't even imagine how you must have felt at the time. Now, I know that you are a great fan of music. When did music enter your life, and which instrument do you play?
Well, my dad was a guitar player and singer, and he could play mandolin and fiddle too. I've seen him do both of those. And so very early on, I was exposed to his love of country music. So it entered my life as far back as I can remember, and I still have his guitars with me. I'm honored to have them. And grateful. So when I saw Elvis Presley, that was it. I just thought he was out of this world and started loving rock and roll music. And of course, Elvis was a bit of a country advocate as well. And I played in high school bands. My high school bands were called Centrifugal Force, then Nostradamus, and then I had a brief Rubber Ducky. And then in college, I played in a band named the Acoustic Eel. And later, when I was out of school, my very good childhood friend, who also was the best man at my wedding, I taught him how to play guitar, and we formed a group called the Allegheny Whitefish. So that's how it continued for a while I was young.
All these wonderful names, the imagination is really nice.
Yeah. And the other question you asked, I play guitar and I play mandolin.
So you took lessons, and music was a part of your soul for as long as you can remember them. That's
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I didn't start actually playing the instrument till I was in 8th grade, but I was always exposed to it with my dad. He played a good bit.
Wow. Okay. So now that you have moved into a brand new state, I understand that you are now playing in another band. What is the name of that band, and where do you play?
Well, I've been in a band called Carolina Seabreeze with two great women. One woman sings, and the other banjo, guitar, djembe, and me on guitar and mandolin.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing in the praise band at the church, electric bass or guitar or mandolin. My wife Karen and I play, and it's just Eric Peterson with Karen on background vocals. And we play at restaurants and bars in the area, in the Cape Fear area. We play at events, and we've done a few concerts on Facebook that are on my Eric Peterson music page, and also on Smoke on the Water, which is a restaurant. So you can catch a couple concerts there.
I really hope you're going to send us all these links so we can take a look and listen to all this beautiful music. It really sounds that you are one very busy retiree.
Yeah. Well, I'm so busy now. I don't know how I had time for work when I was working. Music wall to wall all day long, either learning a song or writing a set list or trying to drum up business. I have a co-writing partner, and we're writing songs. Yeah, the song I sang at the beginning is a song called "Every Good Dog." And we wrote it as a song for a child's first birthday as a gift. And he has a dog, and this song is from the dog's perspective about the kid. And it's been recorded by Lucinda Rowe. And it will probably hit streaming sites next week.
Wow, that is so exciting. I really wish my audience is going to really appreciate that moment. You know, we're getting a scoop right now. It's like an avant-premiere. It's really cool.
Yeah. What's really amazing, Kathy, is that my writing partner is a gentleman that I knew when I was in junior high school and high school and hadn't seen for 50 years.
Oh my
and when it came to our high school 50th year reunion, we got in touch with each other, and through a series of events, got a chance to write music. And we've now written 8 songs that are registered with our songwriting association and copyrighted.
Oh, that is unbelievable. So it's going to be on iTunes and
Yep.
Music.
iTunes, Spotify, other ones there are out there. There's a whole bunch of them. TuneCore.
So now, did you create another band with your friend, or are you singing solo, or somebody else is singing for you, or how does it work?
As far as performing is concerned, John Losak, my co-writer, he just writes with me, and Karen and I are the actual performers. And I do the demo. So far, for recording purposes, I do the demos. We sent this off, and Lucinda picked it up, and so she's going to make a go of it and try to get it to pitch it as our first song that's really out there for consumption.
Very impressive. So, Eric, on this channel, I try to show my audience that the best part of life is really to live with a passion and ambition and a hobby. I can see that you're truly passionate about music. Can you please give us a few advice to our listeners? I see so many guitars and instruments behind you. It's just so impressive. It really is. So this is my question to you. Please give us a few advice.
Well, I guess I may not be the best person to be called a Renaissance man, that I've spread my interests far and wide. But I do try to take, I feel to be an artist. And in that regard, I find literature and art and dance or music, any of those things are something that feeds my love of music and creating music, as well as the current events of the day. So I would just say that you have to keep your antenna up. If you have something you're passionate about, that you can be creative to feed that. I would say have faith in yourself, have faith in God to guide your life as it's supposed to be guided, and all things will work out in the end. We have a friend that says everything will work out in the end, and if it doesn't, it's not the end. And I'm a believer in that.
Yeah, I do believe in that too. And now that I see that you are sharing the same passion with your wife, you are mentioning carrying your wife many times. How is she doing with that? What is her role in your music? Is she singing? Is she writing your music? What is her role in there?
Well, she's been singing, and we take a vocal lesson every other week together. I've taken vocal lessons for maybe 4 years, maybe 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And Karen started last year taking vocal lessons. And she'll add a little bit of percussion, and she sings the background. She actually sings a few solo songs now. She's got her courage up to do so. So she's doing that, and she is a memoir writer.
Ah.
So I'm hoping that she'll turn some of that stuff into some autobiographical songs that I can put the melodies to.
Ah. Now, you say that you are writing songs. Pardon me, I am not a musician. What does it mean exactly? Do you write the words and the melody, or do you have somebody else writing the words for you?
Most of the time with John, I do the melodies, the chords. If we get real ambitious, I'll put the percussion and the bass line on there. John is a lyricist fairly exclusively, and of course it's a 50-50 thing with him and I. I bring one part of it, he brings the other half of it, and then in the middle he'll suggest different variations on the melody or chord progression, and I am free to suggest differences in the lyrics or changes to the lyrics to fit the melody a little better. But I don't mess with his intent. It's whatever he's written. I leave his intentions intact.
So you really trust each other's talent and skills. So that is amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing.
Mm. So it looks to me like you have zero regrets. You are taking life the way it is coming at you, and you are living it completely the way you want to live it. And, some people would be on their couch watching TV, but you are really doing what you love to do. This is an amazing lesson to learn, that it is never over. When you retire, this is a brand new life at the end of the day. You are living the life that you always wanted to live. I really take this as a lesson learned. Thank you.
that is true. That is true because when I was working, I was working,
Uh-huh.
and there was nothing but whatever I was working on during the day, and then often that would spill over into my thoughts in the evening
Uh-huh.
and in my sleep. So I'm free in that regard. Yes, it's a much more rounded life. I have a neighborhood that's phenomenal. Karen and I have been doing porch concerts. So we'll set up out on the porch, and the neighbors will all come and bring their lawn chairs, and they'll spread out over several people's lawns across from us and my lawn and driveway, and listen to a concert for a couple of hours, pass a sprinkler can around. People will make donations, and then we give that off to either a homeless shelter or a food pantry. But we try to help out one of the neighborhood associations that take care of people that are having issues and need some help. And so it's been great. I have the greatest neighbors, and I never was a neighbor guy when I was working. I was too busy working.
Nothing better than people from the South, I guess.
Yeah.
Very warm at heart. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so very much for taking the time to speak to us today. That was an inspiring moment. I really enjoyed speaking with you and listening to your part of life, your portion of life, the after work, which is extremely active, but the way you want it to be. So it's very inspiring. Thank you so very much, Eric. I really appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate your asking me to do so, Kathy. I appreciate the opportunity. It was fun.
And I would like to ask you one last favor, if it's okay with you. I would like you to sing one song, one of your own songs and favorite songs. And I think we would all love this if you could do this for us. Thank you.
Okay, it'd be my pleasure. Thank you, Kathy. This is a song. I would introduce it. It's called "Old Man One Hit Wonder," and if you can remember, there's been a few older gentlemen who have had a one-hit song. Walter Brennan did "Old Rivers," Lorne Greene did "Ringo," and mine is "Old Man One Hit Wonder." My young man's dreams to be a star burn up in school. My mind was charred. I quit to work, construction jobs, railroads and bridges, working slobs. Pretty soon I'll retire. Everything that's transpired. I'll write my album telling all. Go off to the concert halls. I'll be the next old man one-hit wonder. I don't need to plan a whole career. A full-blown hillbilly, don't you know? I wear a sequin suit anywhere I go. I'll appear on radio, TV, and satellite. Carpool karaoke if it's not take too late at night. I can do a tour to get a guy to drive my bus. The Opry sure to invite me to sing my hit every night. I'll be the next old man one-hit wonder. I don't need to plan a whole career. A full-blown hillbilly, don't you know? I wear a sequin suit anywhere I go. An old man star, won't that be fine? I'm living clean one day at a time. Each spike I drove, each drink I took, be a part of my hook. My hit will initiate peace on earth. Won't that be great? I'll pay my song and stay right size, that I might win the Nobel Prize. I'll be the next old man one-hit wonder. I don't need to plan a whole career. A full-blown hillbilly, don't you know? I wear a sequin suit just like Hank Snow. I wear a sequin suit anywhere I go. Yeah!
That was a very special time. Thank you so much again, Eric.
Thank you, Kathy.
If you are interested in participating in one of our future recordings, if you have questions, or if you would like to share your adventure with us, please do contact me at bbunklodi@gmail.com. Stay tuned for our next episode and always remember to love your life. Thank you, Eric, and have a great day.
Thank you, Kathy. You too.